Yeah, welcome back to the House of Fire. See, for some more firehouse reasoning this time of madness, as I would say. The world at the moment, everything is I would say chaotic and totally out of hand. You know, it's a time when even the ignorant should be able to see the direction that their leaders are leading them in. You know what I mean? To wars and financial difficulties and austerity and all these kind of things that are happening not only in one country but literally worldwide. And like I say, these things are happening because of the fact that man on earth, from whatever time he's been on this earth, I say, has not been following the law, and has instead created his own idiotic law, I say, and has pursued this idiotic law that he has set up in place of the law. But this come about, like I say, in a natural sense, because it's a positive and a negative realm. So the negative law has been running, and people has been living under the law of negativity, and has been presuming to themselves that the law of negativity is the only law that we should live under. So hence the fact that all these things that negativity has introduced into life, we now take these things to be normal and take it to ourselves that there is no way we could ever live without these things that negativity has introduced into life. You know, chief one of them, when I say introduce into life, I mean like money. Now we are totally convinced in our minds that there is no way at all we could live on this planet without money. And like I tell you in my last reasoning, if the creative energy knew this, it would have produced money. When you come on earth, you would have seen money trees growing. But obviously, you never seen any money tree growing. So that means we don't necessarily need money. But the negative, and I call them wicked men, because negative do not work on its own. It works when human beings feed off it and put it into action. So these wicked, I call them wicked, who is feeding off negativity, are the lovers of money. Obviously, voting. God is not a Democrat either. No, God is not a Democrat. Because if God was a Democrat, you know, you would have had the Democratic Party of God running. But God never set up no party. And I take it that anything that God never set up must have been set up by the opposite side, which is the negative. So you are the one who set parties up and tell people to vote. You know, how can a next man grant a next man his right when the man right or the woman right was granted them by God? And now here now a man have to go and vote, voting for what he claims is his right, and his right to vote has been granted to him by another human being, who I say is full of shit just like himself. So all these systems, whatever system they are, I say democracy, communism, I don't know what kind of idiotic system, but whatever system it is, ain't no good. You know what I mean? Democracy is not a good thing. You know what I mean? Democracy is hypocrisy. Voting is a system that keeps people in poverty, make some rise and some fall. That is the only reason why you don't need voting to live. There should be never any voting in life. You know what I mean? Voting is a thing that was conceived of, I say, by wicked and deceitful human beings who want to live at the expense of their fellow human being, who are drunk with power. You know what I mean? You know, they are drunk with power. Hence the fact that you have these religious parties. And not really just political parties, you know what I mean, to divide and separate. You have to get it in your mind that the way the world is totally ain't correct. It ain't correct in the sense that you do not know yourself. And because of the way how negativity have set things up, in what I would call a divided fashion, what we call divide and rule. You are now convinced, like I said on many previous occasions, that you are black and white human beings and Asians and all these things. You are Jewish, you are all these different names that you're calling yourself. Is only separating yourself from your fellow human being. Because believe me, you can be nothing more than what the creative energy create you as. And you was created as a spirit then, yeah? You know, like how water look. Let's just say the spirit look like water. And then the energy that we has put this water into different containers. Black buckle, white buckle, brown buckle, yellow buckle, and whatever buckle. Now, why is that causing so much of a confusion? Why should anyone know? Take this, that we are all different human beings simply because our spirit is residing in different color bodies. You know what I mean? Hang on, we just doing some repair work here caused by Rasta the cat jumping through the window with his muddy feet, so we just mapping up. Yeah? Why should you now, or anyone with what I say, with any intelligence though, think to themselves or imagine to themselves that we are different human beings simply because we are in different containers? But this is how the negative think. See what I mean? Negativity cannot see the oneness of life, because you have not been educated to see the oneness of life. Negativity educate people into division and separation so that negativity can rule over you. It can't rule over you if you know who you are. So the best way to rule over you is to confuse you. And negativity have various ways and means of confusing the soul. You see what I mean? Various like of them, man. Education, like I say, racism, politics, nationalism, all kind of ism that is going to separate you from your fellow human being. And this thing has been playing out, like I say. I don't know how long it's been going on like that. So it's obvious then, not to the majority of human beings, but for definitely to me, it's obvious to me, I Rastafari, that we need a change. Now, obviously, if you have a plan here now and the plan is not working and you're going to change it, you must have an alternative plan. See what I mean? So, yes, there is an alternative way for living, apart from the one that these devils, you know, dark souls, although they dress up in suits and thing and look very nice, but they are very evil and dirty within their own souls. Yes, there is an alternative, right, way of living, and there is an alternative law for human to live by, apart from the laws of making dangerous bombs to go and kill our fellow human being. drop bombs on them, kill them and the babies and the kids or whoever, to take land, oil or whatever, gas, whatever, murdering, and which none of these things, like I tell you, you can't keep, you have to leave. You know, and none of the humans that you are bombing and killing and murdering are dying either. They're not dying. And you will have to face them or face your judgment for doing that to them in the next life. Who cares who you are, like I tell you? You're nobody. That's what you must think, because, like I tell you, they call you a president here or a pope or a king and salute you and bow to you. You know what I mean? You must think that make you somebody. You know, temporarily you are somebody, but you know death don't respect you when death comes for you. And when you're going to pay for your evil deeds that you've done to live in the comfortable position, you know what I mean? There'll be no respect of you, no matter how powerful you are. You understand? Because you have set up a law, like I tell you, against the law of the one. Because there is a natural way to live. But obviously, wicked and evil man will never know this way. You understand? So, it's like if we was going to get rid of the way that you live in now, then the new world that is coming, or the new way, you won't have different nationalities anymore. Beings would have risen within their own mind and soul to understand the concept of oneness, to understand themselves from a spiritual point of view instead of a physical one. So they would have seen the concept that we are all water, we are all one. They would have understood that the earth is one. And they will know the one God that is within, that I've been teaching about all the time. The terrible and dreadful God, Rastafari himself, the High General. That same High General that is dwelling within you. Man and woman, what you want to call conscience, call it what you want. Like I say, call it the light, call it the I am, call it Rastafari. Call the one, like I say, call the one anything you want. The only thing I know for 1 trillion, billion and a lot more, you know, I like to put lots of trillion %. Certain things is that this one is dwelling within you and you are breaking the laws of this one. And ain't no goddamn way your soul, right, is going to see any light until you change your evil ways. Because it is evil and wicked action that blind the soul. Nothing else. You see what I mean? Nothing blinds a soul more than just the desire to lie, to cheat, to hate, to deceive, those kind of things. To be jealous, you know, spiteful. Those are the things that blind you and keep you in ignorance. And unless in this 2012 time, like I'm saying, that you are madly in love with ignorance, then it's time to check yourself. You know what I mean? It's time, like we said before, to really look at the people who you are idolizing, or who you've entrusted your vote to lead you. Because how do you know that you are not entrusting devils to guide you? And who tell you that devils know the way? Because I'm telling you, no devil man can't know the way. No wicked cannot know the way. Yeah, you might look all fine and dress, but we're not looking at that. God knows your heart and your soul. So from your heart and your soul is not clean. Anything that you are doing is wrong. Anything that you set up is wrong. And that's why, like saying this time now, anyone who knows the truth can see it plainly. If a man cannot speak what I would call freestyle rapping, just speak like that about God, then that means he's an idiot. Any man who is running into his Bible, or running into Quran or Bhagavad Gita, book that has been written by other man, that means you don't know yourself and you don't know God. Because if you did know yourself and know God, why would you have to rely? I'm not saying you can't read a book, you know, but why would you have to rely on it to come up with an argument or a conversation or a reasoning about God? When God is directly in you, why not just speak from the God that is within you? But like you are going to see in this fire, like I say, all of you who are in your little groups, whatever name you want to put your little group in, your little group is going to get shattered. You and the superstar. Whatever superstar your group give you to follow, those little superstar, Fire Lion, burn that out. So we don't really care if he's a devotee of Jesus or Muhammad or Selassie or the Buddha. We burn that out. Because that is not truth, is it? You must think Jesus or Muhammad or the Buddha is truth. Truth was around before them. You understand? That's why the Fire Lion is willing in the 2012 to speak the word of truth. And then if you don't like it, right, you can come and anytime you see me on the street, you get rid of me, don't you? You think you can get rid of the fire out the universe? Well, do that. Because the fire is telling you exactly that I and I, as a thing, as a real thing, I have come to destroy teachers, including the Fire Lion. No longer will there be any great after we finish with this thing here. There will be no more master again, ever on the planet Earth. Yeah, there is a master, one master, and every being will know about this master. But we won't be going about with them. The Fire Lion and Bilal statue of the Fire Lion. The Fire Lion is just a man. And all of the man who come out a woman is the same. Why is anyone going around with great reverence about them and keep speaking about them and keep going to the goddamn grave? You must think that these individuals, right, who come out a woman and perish and have passed through and gone on to the next dimension, you must think that these individuals was God. And even if God was working through them, so what? Nothing important about them, there's plenty mirror. As I would say, God can work through all. Why be fascinated when you claim that God was working through that man? And if you claim it, you don't know. Like how you claim that Jesus was whatever it is. You claim that because you don't understand, you is a liar. Nothing exists or go on like how you are trying to convince people, Mr. Religious Man, about Jesus being born of a virgin birth. You could only tell that, like I say, to minds that are less than childish. I don't even know. Let me have a drink of water. I don't even know, like I say, how women could be so gullible to fall for a trick like that from devilish men. You must be so hell-bent and following man in it that anything a man tell you, you just agree as a woman without questioning the man. As if say God give man the right to know but not woman. You know what I mean? Because if I was a woman and a boy tell me that virgin birth, a woman giving birth a virgin birth, I would tell the man, say, listen man, the woman lying to you. No virgin, no miracle birth don't go on. You know? And that is devilish people always try to make God look egoistic. God is not an egoistic, you know what I mean? From creation, man has been having sex with the girlfriend or wife and produce kids. And all of a sudden, what you're trying to say, that God just wanted to show man that he was all powerful, yeah? So he decided to let this one thing have a virgin birth. But nothing, no, that is just the thoughts of lunatics. Like I said, those are the thoughts of people who bring the world to the way that it is. The position that you find it in, where you find out that if they was leading, if we was going somewhere and these idiots, I say have lunatic beings, undeveloped beings, was leading us and we was following them, yeah, they would, if you follow them, they would lead you right over a cliff, kill themselves and kill you as well, because obviously they're not fit to be leaders. You know what I mean? But the very people that are not fit, are sick, are being adored here. Why are they being adored and admired so much? Oh, they have some paper and they manage to steal or whatever, get most of the gold and diamond, and they have big house. You know what I mean? So then these are admired. These are the one. I can never figure it out, right? How wicked and dirty-minded people get to be in position of power, and for people to admire them. You know, nobody see them and curse them like Obama, or curse them and say, go ahead, like a dirty devil, you. Satan. Real, a lot of people, they admire them. They would like to be in their position. You know, I can never figure out how evil get people with charm. Like I say, my regular thing is using the God channel and the television as an example. How could such stupid and plainly vile beings, talking about the word of God, get so much people to come and listen to them and, you know, give them money and all this thing, and believe in them, and then when anyone speak the truth, they don't want to know. That's why I say, if hell, the place that they are calling hell, if it's not here, not that the earth is hell itself, the earth is beautiful. What I'm saying is, the beings, not the mice and them, Rasta, the cat and all them thing, an elephant and them, not them. They don't spoil the, but the beings, you know, that occupy earth. If these are not hellish beings, I don't know where hellish beings are. Because if hellish beings is in another place, surely, but they must have to be dropping more bombs and all them things there, you know what I mean? And surely you can't go to hell and do that. When you go to hell to get punished. If anything, you can't be dropping no bombs and all those kind of things. So hell is just a place of punishment where you restrict. You can't fly no plane anymore. You can't do those kind of things. You know what I mean? So here is hell. You are in hell. Earth is hell. If you could have a bird's eye view of the evil that your fellow human being is committing in secret on this planet, a bird's eye view of everything that is good, you'll be sick. The mind won't be able to digest it all. If I should focus my mind on all the evil that these are doing, my mind wouldn't be able to digest it. How vile and evil these beings are, and yet these are the beings that I admire. American, you know, Europe, and all they're doing is going around murdering. I've just been watching on the telly here, there, you know, Syria, where, you know, everyone is going there killing, and they say, oh, we're not back in this side, we'll back that side. You know what I mean? But they're not loving and thinking, no, this have to stop. We can't allow people leaving from this place going to the country to kill innocent people. Fair enough, we don't like Assad or those who are around him. But we cannot allow so many innocent beings to die for the sake of this. But they do not care how many die. As if these American and European people don't understand. Ben Laden never fly any plane, him and his friend never fly any plane in the building of America. The Americans did it themselves so that they could go on a blood spree. And they are now on a blood spree with the rest of European partners. You know what I mean? All the terrorist attack that has happened in Europe wasn't by no Al-Qaeda, it was by the European government. Whether they pull it off in London, Spain, America, they did it themselves. You don't understand? This is the strategy of evil. Create evil, evil create evil itself, and offer a solution to the solving of the evil. You don't understand? Because if I was an evil man then, war and strife and trouble would be my business, because that's how I would make my money. It should be obvious to you human beings now that those who rule over you, bloodsuckers, you know, vampires, their rule is based on evil. Without any evil, it's crumble, it finish. If every man, as an example then, say we just take this as a country, and criminal decide to retire tomorrow, no more criminality, the police is out of a job, for sure. So is the judge, the liar, the barrister, judge, All them finish. Jewelry finish. So a big industry there gone. You see what I mean? Because evil is business. So to have business to run, for evil to sustain itself on the planet, there must be evil running. You must be going about killing people, making bombs, hate, promoting hate. But of course, you're not going to come out and say, yeah, I'm promoting hate and evil because I want. No, you've got to come out with a nice face, promote goodness. So evil men promote goodness while doing evil in the back. Coming back to the Jimmy Savile thing, like I tell you again, he's just an aspect of life on earth where you have people doing vile and wicked things. Trust me, some of the most evilest human beings are the very people that you are worshiping when you see them smiling. If you know how many deaths they are responsible for, you don't seem sure. You know how many beings some of these beings in America caused to leave the planet, and they never created any souls, but they kill them every day. And you just they kill them and behind some respectable organization called the CIA. So if a group of individual beings whose sole intention is to kill and murder and sustain an evil system, call themselves CIA or FBI, it's okay. Because they are killing to sustain the law. What law? Evil law, negative law. Because you ain't killing to sustain the law of God, you know. Wicked man. Remember that. Which law you are fighting, soldier boy or police boy, to maintain? You are fighting to maintain the law of evil on the planet. Or unless you somehow, I don't know what part of your soul is advising you that, no man, it is the righteous law of God that is operating across the planet. So therefore, as a soldier, we should give our soul to protect that law. But no, my friend, you are giving your life to protect evil and to make sure evil stay in power on the planet, instead of helping to loosen the grip of evil. Which human being in this time, which government, or government official, or religious official, could you truthfully in your heart say, yes, these are godly men defending righteousness by the way they speak and how they behave? No, if you was an honest soul, you'd look and see clearly, say these are evil and we are living under evil. You don't understand. We're not living under the law of good, or even men who intend to live under the law of good. We are living under the laws of those who want to maintain a monopoly because they are evil, blood-sucking murderers. So they don't care who they murder. If God left them, they would murder the whole universe apart from themselves. You don't understand. They are killers. But nevertheless, killers who have to pay for what they do. Trust me, you know. Don't forget, like I say, you know, your little stupid, dirty, ignorant lie that you set up is not the only lie, is it? And there's no way you can get away. Because where you are going after when you leave earth, you know, wicked. Where you are going, you cannot go there and set up no law. You are going down, you are going to live by the law of negativity down here. You know, the law where you reap what you sow. So you must reap what you sow in the fire. You know what I mean? This is why I'm speaking so passionate, that this is 2012. It's not 1912 or 1412. You know what I mean? This is this time, and it's time for souls to wake up, to know yourself. You don't understand? Because, you know, hey, this is like how it's literally like life or death. Just like how those wicked say when they first start off this adventure. After when they blow them 2 towers up in New York and do a thing, Mr. Bush make an announcement saying that you're either with us or against us. That's what the devil was saying. Those who represent the devil. And all those who are with them then from Britain, America, France, Germany, Spain, Italy, Australia, Canada, all of them joining to help go and fight Iraq, and now they help destroy Afghanistan. Now the whole set of them is ready to do that. But it's the same cry on the side of the righteous man or the fire, like I'm saying in this time. You either with what is right or you are against it. That's how it is in the fire. You're either with God or against God. And like I say, I know a lot of you don't like the word God. For some reason seem to terrify your soul. Not understanding that the creative energy have many names. What difference does it make if we refer to the one as God? But like I say, I prefer to refer to the one as conscience. Because then even the devil, even the like a wicked, stupid, satanic fool must be able to know what conscience is. And even though they never quite figure out what it was. You know what I mean? Maybe think, oh, that's another part. You know what it is. It's not another part. It's the living one, terrible and dreadful amongst human beings. That is dwelling within all human, like I'm telling you. Don't forget when I'm speaking, I always refer, you always say man. But man and woman to me make no difference. When I'm spitting, I just spit. Man, woman, who care? You could be grandmother or grandfather. You must think that make any difference to a fire. Truth and right, don't take those things into consideration. Or like I say, take into consideration your idiotic brainwashing ways of black man, white man, this man, that man, this man. We don't deal with that. I'm showing you the law that is coming, the law of the one. We'll wipe away all confusion. Get rid of all them things. When you live in under the law of the one now, every man is entitled to his share. You see? If there's 10 men on the earth and there's 10 rice grain, every man get one. Or you all die. But no more longer will one man be getting the whole 10 rice grain. Or 7 of them, or 5 of them. Or even 2, him get him 1 rice grain. You see? And everything share out equally and we live equally as one. You see what I mean? That is what is coming. Living under the law of the one. Same law that was in the beginning. Same law you're going to live under in the end. Because obviously your law, like I'm telling you, all them little statue book law. Lion come to destroy that. Destroy all your little division that you have amongst yourself. Destroy all your religion in its outward form. Never said in its inward form. In its outward form. Unmask them. You know? Just like how we unmask you outside. Take your body off you. When you take a little white body or black body off, the only thing that left there is a spirit. And you love your little white and black body so much, like I say. What you want to do, right? You know, when me dead, as a black man, right? After about 6 months or so, or 7 months, dig me up and have a look. See if you know see worm and everything around all through where you call me nose and all me eye. Because that's what's going to happen to your little body where you're so proud of, innit? And you think it's you. You know, worm's going to eat it, or if you're dead and you prefer fire burn that. If you prefer go throw yourself in the sea, make some shark or barracuda eat you, no problem. Cause that is just a body. You know? Your spirit won't be there, you know. This is what you want. Forget about your little body, like I tell you. About, you know, or think that you, or even think for some reason, which I know this has affected you, man. No wonder they end up in the position they end up. That if they are in a particular body, that grant them some form of superiority. Or that this grant them some form of intelligence. You know what I mean? You must think that God is some kind of, I would call it madman, innit? Not that God is a man, you know, but the energy that we call in God, you must think that is some kind of a mad energy. You know what I mean? Or some kind of energy that favors some over the other. So because you find yourself in a white body now, that you must think that somehow within that body there is superior intelligence. Or vice versa. You know, so if I was like me, a black man thinking, oh, I've got more intelligence than a white man. This is when, like I say, the mind is deluded. Because first of all, you have to get rid of the conception of the black man and white man out of your mind to penetrate to certain depths. You're nothing more, like I tell you. When we get rid of all this idiotic law that you are, this stupid way how you behave, right? Man will know themselves as man. Because God never created different nation. It was men who did it. Men separate up themselves into different type of beings. God created beings. You separated it yourself. God never created country, you create planet Earth. You are the one. I want to say you are the one, you know, and whoever there was, man, that separate up things into country. God never create different race. Go and look in your history. There must be some idiotic man come along and decide that. Because it wouldn't have been any man sensible either. It have to be somebody evil, because the purpose of doing that is to rule and dominate. Because then you can claim that, oh, this man is superior to this man, and this man can't build a house because of that, and it's because of this and that and that. And this race is better than that race. When there's only one race. Only one race, you know. But show you how backward and stupid the human being is. Even in the 2012 year, they are still sitting and thinking that there is different races. If I go to the council in England here, filling any important farm, they want to know if I'm black Caribbean, if I'm half black Caribbean, if I'm black African, if I'm half... I don't know how many stupid questions they want to know who I am. But I always say I don't want to answer none of them questions. You see? I just answer that I'm a human being. But who want to know what you are? Who is interested in a man? So you want to know whether the man is black Caribbean, black African, if he is half black or half white, black English, black Guyana. What you want to know all these things for? Why is a man like you, like I say, you group up men into ethnicity or blackness? Why is that important that you're doing census, like you're doing census on man? Can't you see this is madness? But this is what is happening in what they call a modern country. Because they still see people as separate. You understand? You are Nigerian, you are this, you are that. They're not seeing, these intelligent people are not seeing people as one human being. They can't. It's that wickedness has blinded them to that understanding. So even in 2012, I bet no wonder they still be teaching separation in school and university. They ain't changing what they call the curriculum to teach people truth and right. Because they do not know. And not only do that, they don't know. They don't want to know. I wouldn't want to know if I was an evil man. If I was the one controlling the system of evil, why would I want to know any good way or any truthful and honest way? That wouldn't suit me, would it? I would want to keep people in confusion and have them as sheep or idiots, so that they can stay under my domination. And I can rule and control them, me and my friend. And that's what evil is doing to you. So all these people running to vote, but you're voting for President Obama or Romney. All you're doing is voting for a devil. It doesn't matter which one of them it is, because they are friends, they come from the same thing. You must think because you see them in the public having public debate and disagreeing with each other, that they're not coming from the same school. They're coming from the same school. They have the same master, belong to the same secret society, belongs to the same ruling elite. They are evil. Boy, you wouldn't be able to see, say, Obama and Romney evil, because all they have to do is show you the pretty teeth in it. Especially in America, like how they can gas flash your teeth and whiten it up and give you a false smile. So you wouldn't associate those men with evil. But trust me, they are no different from Jimmy Sablo, that they show the public a pretty face, but behind the scene, they are into sickness. That's how they come to be president or to be running for the presidency. You have to be in some sickness. You literally have to sell your souls behind the scene, have some wicked intention. But you could never run for the president of America with God in your heart. You can't. Because if you ever did, and when you get there, to compromise. Because if you run for the presidency of America with God in your heart, that means you're going to destroy the military, destroy this. And which wicked man is going to allow you to do that? The only way you can be running for the president of America or any country is if you are in tune with wickedness. You are not going to be running for no seat of authority on the planet unless you are going to agree. Say, yes, man, carry on making bomb, man. And make sure you sell enough pies over there, and, you know. If them who don't like them, man, they got to just go there and kill and drop and murder, you know, because that's what we are. So all your ruling and all these political people who are they always backed by the religious people, always blessing them. Because like I say, the religious man is part of the evil as well. You know all these movies that you see them make about vampires and the real vampires are your government. And those who are behind them, those who control the army industry and the military might, killing machine of the country. And when your killing machine going to overdrive, you love it. You love when you go and you bomb and you kill, and you just want when one of these soldiers get killed now. Oh, you want to see them, and yet when one of these soldiers get killed, they might have killed at least 100 other human beings for that one soldier. But when they make a great play when one of these soldiers is dead and say, oh, he's a hero. How can a man be a hero killing other human beings? Or is with those who is intending to do that? How can you be a hero when you are supporting a law which is not the law of God? Who tell you that you are a hero? You make other devils convince you that you are doing something worthwhile, right? For humanity by going and killing an ex-human being. And they tell you that you are a hero. And they give you a piece of metal, tell you it's the George Cross, like I say, or whatever high distinction piece of metal they are claiming. And you believe in your heart when your loved one did that, yes, there was hero. They was defending the right, our right to live in our country. You know, and which law? The laws that has been given to you by those above you who are evil and wicked. You don't understand. You must really be living in what I call a cocoon human being. If your soul, even in the 2012 year, if the soul refused to open up to see the truth and write up the matter, and it's not as if God never give us the intelligence to understand and to see and comprehend evil for what it really is. But no, you refuse to comprehend it. You allow evil to dazzle you with motor cars and this and sex and this and that and that. Where you will pay for them that ignorance. Because there's no way you can claim excuse human being. Like I say, because God has given you the intelligence to understand and to see. And even when you see these things, just like some of the people them was saying, some of them either hear us see Jimmy doing the things that he was doing, but they never say anything. They keep silent. And so you see evil happening this time and keep silent, or support it and agree with it and go out and cheer. How can anyone go cheering who is coming in to be American president? It's like literally cheering the devil and say, oh please, you see the devil, Mr. Romney, you give more orders to kill more people, send more drones up, because this is what is going to happen. What has been happening from time. From these Europeans go to America, they never stop murdering, I can tell you. Aren't they sick of blood? Aren't the Americans apparatus, you know, aren't they sick of blood? These people have been killing from time. You know how long they've been murdering people? Only 2 atomic bombs drop on the planet and it's by America. Most of the dangerous weapon in the world is America have it, make it or sell it. I don't know how much people a day a year American weapon kill. No wonder you're so fat, you're growing fat of murder, brethren. No one there talk about the richest country in the world. You must, because you're the greatest killer, the greatest robber. You see what I mean? And people still is looking up to America and admiring America. And they're still going on about, yes, you're going on about your constitution, Bill of Rights, Bill of Evil. How can evil men come up with any bill that is justified and right? No, the evil men just write something that sounds justifiable and right. But behind the scene, those evil men, they're not going to. How can men who are keeping slaves write something that is just for all men? Are you crazy? But no, you will build statues of these, George Washington, old slave boy. As if the man is so many good man. Man, a evil boy was a devil boy, which the boy, George Washington's soul is now reaping what he saw. For his evil when he was upon the earth. And for keeping his fellow human being in slavery. Who did he think he was? The only place that George Washington is a hero is in your own idiotic mind and the piece of concrete that you build for him. But humanity-wise, how could any devil get any respect? None of you, what you call greats, are just evil. Because what they did, the reason why you call them great is because they contribute to the evil. Contribute to the evil system of ways and means of suppressing your fellow human beings. So you reward all those who help you. You see what I mean? Just like I say, you reward a man like Nelson Mandela. Make him now and give Nelson Mandela to the rest of us black man as a great hero. One of the greatest hero. When I'm telling man from time that the brethren is not a hero, he's a zero. You know, even lately, what's going on in South Africa, they killed 34 miners. Even though he is a old man, no one rush in front of him with a mic and say, Nelson, what have you got to say? You don't hear nothing. It's as if the man is dead. If it was something to do with these devils, you just either wheel him out in a shirt and him have something to say. But they make Nelson a hero and give it to you, like I say. Because Nelson compromise and leave everything in their hand. He should have died in prison if he wanted to be a real fire hero. That would have been a more worthwhile way, more than just to accept a bit of presidency and to be privileged and have books write about you. And they put his statue in London. Those are weak-heart men. We don't deal with weak-heart men. You can't fight evil by compromising with evil. It's best you just die. Never mind, you think 27 years in prison, oh great. No. You should have stayed in prison, dead in a prison. You would have been more dignified. Rather than compromise and leave everything in prison and evil come out, like I say. Listen, if you don't think Nelson come out, because he's retired a long time now as president. And the other day when they killed the 34 South African miners, they charged the South African miners themselves under the same apartheid law that used to run when Botha was the president. So that means when Nelson become president, he didn't even change the goddamn law. Still running. So he must be an idiot then. He must be a fool, innit? Who do something like that. Just take everything and leave it as it is. So you see, you can men easily sell out. And they give you these men as great. Any man that these people give you as great, you need to examine them. If it was them if you never create your own great, and they give you somebody and write about him, scientist, whoever, religious man, and they tell you that he was great, that means something wrong with him. He must have been a sick man. Because wicked men don't know what greatness is. So how can they be the one who is telling people which man is great and which man is not great? How would they know this if all they can think about with their mind is evil and wickedness? They are not thinking about what is right and correct and how we should live as one. They are thinking of keeping you and me separated. How I can keep them fighting. How I can You know, because that is the business of wickedness. Evil is business. Like if there was no money now, there wouldn't be no profit in war, innit? But obviously there's a profit in war. Because the more trouble is going on, the more ammunition you have to fire, the more money you make. The more those, because like I tell you, rich and powerful man will never go to war. War don't reach them. And if it was coming near, no doubt they would have a bunker about 49,000 miles under the earth if they could make it to hide. Because you know these people are cowards. Cowards will not go on the battlefield or even allow their children to be killed on the battlefield. You know what I mean? So most of these people that are ruling over you are cowards. If the police should run away tomorrow, you see them, they shit themselves. Then what are you going to do? That's you need bodyguard to guard you. And your bodyguard is your soldier and your police. They are the one now who you bribe and brainwash to keep you and your ideas in power. Because it is their ideas that make up the law. And they convince these goons that they train police and soldier to kill other people to protect their law. Of manipulating people. But this manipulation that you are doing to people ain't going to last forever, is it? You know? I am one of the man them that wishing, yeah man, whatever they're predicting for the 2012, should that mean that you're right? Because your time, as far as I'm concerned, whether it's a 2012 or has run its course. Evil has run its course. If I had my way, I'd destroy it right now. I never mind waiting until a certain time. I would have done it already. I would have got rid of evil because evil is not necessary. I can see a clear way. Even if you don't know a clearer way of living. Those who cannot see the clear way of living as one, we should get rid of them. The power that be should wipe you out of the earth. You know all those souls who think to themselves, no, we could never live as one. They should die instantly and go to the next side. And then just leave the people who can see that oneness. We can live as one. So that we can live as one, and as children born, we treat them the one way. They will learn it quickly as well, because they will be coming into a one world. But they cannot learn it now, because we're coming into a world controlled by wicked and evil souls. You don't understand. Souls that we are admiring, are looking up to. You know what I mean? Are calling themselves great nation. There is no great nation on this planet. The nation of the world are wicked and evil. We should sweep them all away like when we sweep rubbish. You know, when you go out on the street, right, and you see rubbish gather on the street, we should clean it up, sweep it up. And that's what I say, government. And when I say all government, just clean them up, sweep them off of the planet completely. Or like I would say, like a forest, it's time for the forest to burn down. Because these trees in the forest have grown old and rigid and stiff. So we really, nature naturally should just set a light to the forest and burn it to the ground. Get rid of all them old tight up and stiff, you know, trees. So that young trees can spring forward with new idea and new fruits. And then again the forest will come back lovely. You see what I mean? But sometimes it calls for destruction. For loveliness to spring. So yeah, definitely I'm one of the man who is calling for destruction. Not destruction of the earth, you know, destruction of the wicked. Remove all of you from out of the earth. Anyway, and I've been chanting for a long time, and I hope this chant reach you, because this is a serious chanting this time. Because evil is coming to an end, a wane. And what you want to do, just like Mr. Bush said, you either with us or against us. What you want to do, you want to tell him, Mr. Bridget, I'm with God. In this time, I'm with right. I'm not going to be with what is wrong. Anyway, the choice is yours. So, watch you now. What we're going to do is that right now is about now is just fade in and fire out from the firehouse. See? Rastafari.